Go Joker, tell them that. Go kill them all. Yeah, they're all messed up. F the world. What's up YouTube, this is boy G, back in another video. How's everyone doing? All good? I've been pretty busy this past couple of weeks, but last weekend, me and my wife went out into our local mall out here and watched the movie. And I thought it's now the time to share my thoughts about it. Of course, I'm talking about the very controversial film starring Joaquin Phoenix, Joker. So Joker is a DC film starring Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker himself in an origin story of Batman Arch-nemesis, basically telling the story of his early life even before he became full-time Joker. This film really shows how messed up his life really is at that time before he became a real full-time Joker, and kind of justify how he became the Joker that we all know. This movie has been making noise and seen all over the place, especially among critics, as this movie kind of divided movie critics and the likes, as well as movie enthusiasts and normal audiences out there like me. I'm going to point out my pros and cons for this film, what I liked about it, what I'm critical about it, and of course my overall thoughts about the film. I'm probably going to be a little bit deeper though on my thoughts about this film, as I waited a couple of days, a week actually, before I created this review so I can really ponder and analyze my thoughts about it. Not to be biased and super hyped after just watching the film. So nothing can really cloud my judgment and all, you know. So let me start with the acting and performance. Man, I believe we can all agree that Joaquin Phoenix was phenomenal here. I'm no expert in acting and all of that, of course, but I'm pretty sure what he did here is not easy. It's very difficult to portray a mentally ill person like his character here. I even believe that it's probably easier to play as a severely mentally challenged person like Ako Bodoy, you know, with that speech problems and gesture and all of that. But Joaquin Phoenix, Joker, is different here. He's not like that, you know, he's just normal, but different. He's basically living in a world where nobody understands him as much as he understands himself. Joaquin Phoenix got even super skinny here. It's crazy. You can see every bone in his ribs without any CGI or any of those fancy stuff. Joaquin's dedication to his job is uncanny. He definitely gained my respect and my admiration. What an absolutely remarkable actor. Aside from him, actually there's nobody else other than him. I can't really remember any spectacular or even remarkable acting from a different actor here. Maybe his mom? Robert De Niro? I don't know. You know, it's just Phoenix Joaquin all along. For the story itself, I believe it's good. It's good. It's very depressing though, but I believe people nowadays love depressing things for some reason. It's so iconic that Joker kind of solicits empathy from the audience. His lines are very real and explosive. That when you're watching this movie, you will really feel his pain, his anger, his wrath. Whenever he delivers his arguments about something being twisted and messed up and all, you feel his feelings. Like your chest wanted to explode and your brain keeps on cheering inside of your mind. Like, go Joker, tell them that. Go kill them all. Yeah, they're all messed up. F the world. I can probably sum up the story to be powerful. Very powerful. Combine this with a very loud music and audio effects, audio insertion at times to emphasize a point, your chest will really pound in a stressful way. This movie is very stressful to watch. And of course, people nowadays kind of love these kind of things. That's why we usually post in social media that we're single, you know, we don't stop talking about being single. We're depressed, we're lonely, we just We hate everybody. We just want to be in the corner alone. Those kind of stuff. It's what most of the people had become now in the woke up days. When we were young, we loved superheroes. Now we understand villains. These are the lines that are circulating in social media nowadays. The scenes of Arthur, Joker's real name here, with his mom are very powerful. It's kind of awkward at times, but it's very powerful and a bit saddening. His scenes with his love interest are kind of interesting as well, but it's kind of predictable given the premise of this story. Color palette, cinematography, and camera works here, it's outstanding. Well, I think not all the time, but it's definitely a work of art. I think not everyone will really appreciate it because it's kind of weird. It's like an indie art film. As a matter of fact, that's one of my dislikes on this movie. This film looks like a masterpiece of an indie art moral kind of film, but slapping it with a superhero villain name, pretending that it's a superhero relevant film, which is absolutely not. Bruce Wayne here is a joke, Alfred is much more of a joke, and even Thomas Wayne feels like a forced insertion and not really relevant on this movie. Well, I kind of understand it because this film is all about Joker. Everything is about Joker. Absolutely. With that being said, let me talk about my cons here. If you notice, I didn't really have much of pros or positive feedback on this film, aside from Joaquin Phoenix' performance, of course, acting, and the intelligence of the story. Not to mention the bravery of the directorship and the movie overall to tackle mental illness and social issue nowadays. With those being good and beautiful, in my opinion, I don't think this movie is entertaining at all. At least not for me. It is powerful and meaningful, but entertaining, at least for me, absolutely not. And this is what I disliked about it. Because I entered the cinema house expecting to enjoy a really good Joker movie, anticipating that I might cry really hard, carrying on Joker's life and his mom and all of that I might be super excited for him to go out and become the real Joker, a really menacing Joker that will convince me to root for him more than Heath Ledger's Joker. But I felt none of this. No tears dropped on my eye in the entire movie. And that's kind of strange because I have a shallow emotion whenever I watch a film that is meaningful. I easily feel them, But here, I finished the entire movie not really caring that much. No emotion pumped on my chest. Actually, there was. My chest was full of stress and tension all throughout the movie. I entered really smiling and super excited, and I exited with a poker face, stressed and tensed, and kind of want my money back. Because I believe I paid to be entertained, not to be stressed and tense. There's no closure on his conflict here. There's no excitement for me to want to see him on the next Batman film, or at least a part 2 or a Joker 2 film. I just kind of wanted this film to end, and that's it. This movie is really powerful and different. I know in my heart that this is definitely a masterpiece of a film. But ultimately, I didn't enjoy watching it. Especially as a DC film, a Joker movie. It doesn't mean that the movie is bad overall. As a matter of fact, it's good. It's just that I think it's just not enjoyable to watch. At least not for me. I understand the motivation, Joe, in creating this movie. Like what I said, it really looks like an art, a masterpiece. My problem about it is I wanted to see a better Joker, a Joker movie, a Joker character. But here, I kind of forgot that he's the Joker. I just see him as a normal dude with mental illness, having all of these social problems like what we all encounter in our lives. Of course, I may perceive this as a different take of the Joker, an elsewhere or more of an artistic take of the Joker character, where he's really not bad, he's really not that powerful. Well, it's not really Joker. For me, if those are going to be my arguments defending the film, I would rather say that this is an entirely different movie and it should not have the Joker title on it. Because Joker is Joker. We cannot change that. We cannot create a Flash character who barely runs or barely walk, and just say it's just a different Flash. He's not Flash. This movie is definitely something else. A powerful, artistic, morally challenged movie. But to call this a DC film, a superhero Joker movie, with Joker being not that scary and super weak AF, nah. The only thing they can probably do is just imagine things, create some stories on my mind that he's not really the full-fledged Joker here. Of course, he's still a normal dude because this is an origin story for Joker, so it's not yet the unpredictable megalomaniac Joker that we all know. But the problem about that is he's pretty old here. He's not on his teens or his early life. He's already old here. So if that's the premise or that's the story that I wanted to think, then it's gonna be full-time Joker when he hits 80. He even dyed his hair green here, signifying Joker's most iconic look as well. But for some reason, not that impactful here. I don't even find Joaquin Phoenix' laugh here to be menacing or disturbing. I kind of expected his laughs to give me chills every time I hear it. But every time he laughs, I'm just super annoyed and just wanted him to stop. I just wanted him to stop laughing. Well, I guess that's the purpose. That's intentional for his laughter to be annoying, to be super iconic. I'm just probably expecting a little bit eerie, disturbing, menacing laughs, appropriate laughter. Not like an out of place, kind of forced, trying hard laughter that Joaquin Phoenix exhibits here at times. I find the laughter of the Joker, Jeremy in Gotham series on the TV a lot better than his laughter here. As a Joker, to be Joker. The moral compass of the story is kind of difficult to discuss. I kind of understand the writing of the film, but I think I would probably enjoy this better if I'm on my early 20s. But right now, I can't help but to just overthink. Like, how will different kinds of people perceive this film? Say like how a mentally ill person perceive this. How will a person with depression or killing instinct act after watching this movie? Will a person with a psychotic tendency go out in a killing spree after watching Joker here? Will crazy people that owns guns, go out and become super hyped, super pumped to do some shootouts or massacre out there, killing everybody, mass shootouts, because Joker did it on this movie, killing random people, and everybody appears to love it. Will this movie finally unscrew some loose screws on a lot of people's head out there? I don't know. I can't help but to overthink, but it's pretty scary. I believe movies supposed to entertain us. That's why they're called entertainment, right? Not psychologically motivate us to do something that we should not do, or to show us that it's cool to do something bad. If Joker here only remained true to his character as a villain, not a poor, unlucky guy that kind of solicits empathy from audiences, looking like a vigilante here, like a normal person that should be doing this, then I think people can properly perceive him as the Joker. But here, he's kind of predictable, he's kind, he's just kind of guy that a lot of people may find interesting. A lot of people may idolize, might admire. It's kind of scary because you will definitely hear people kind of debating or arguing, you can hear arguments from people talking, defending what he does, changing our overall perception on what is right or wrong. But of course, if you think about that in that way, this movie is really impactful and powerful, effective. I must say. It leaves people thinking long after watching the film, like what I do right now. This means that the movie didn't suck. On the other hand, it actually did the opposite. It is very effective and a moving movie that moves a lot of people. I cannot really say for good if it's for good or for bad, but it's definitely a moving one. Joker gets a 7 out of 10 from me. To be honest, if you kind of notice, I have a lot of rants and cons for this film and not much of pros. But my pros are definitely powerful too. I can see how I can definitely see the motivation in creating this movie. My cons are more of analytical and my sentiments towards the film or the impact that it might do to our society, signifying a very impactful movie. Does it mean that I enjoyed the movie, that I liked it? Of course not. I often watch movies to feel good, to have an emotional breakdown that will be rewarded at the end of the movies, after the closure or after the ending, for my heart to feel good and learn something from it, to smile, to feel good. But here, I just felt stressed. Not even sad, it's more of disappointed. I could have watched some conspiracy or documentaries if I wanted some hatred pumping out there. But I can definitely see, what kind of Joker film this really is. Joker is a masterpiece of a movie that not everyone will like. This is a movie that you will either really love or really hate. I'm just so conditioned myself to love this movie even before watching it, that, even before going to the cinema, it's already 10 out of 10 for me because it's Joaquin Phoenix and all. I kept defending it throughout the film as well, like, this is good, this is not boring, that is not wrong, it's really entertaining. Sounding like a bias that already prejudged it into my mind that this is an absolute good movie even before watching it. Now, after a week of contemplating and analyzing this film, I can safely say that this Joker movie is the only movie that I found really good, which I didn't really like. That's all for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Click the like button if you like this video. Comment down below, what are your thoughts on the Joker film? Did you like it? Is it really a masterpiece like what I think? Or do you also have some thoughts about it like me? Just go ahead and comment down below and let's discuss things. But thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I review movies and Netflix series, movies out there. So just go ahead and check my channel and subscribe if you're into that. But for now, thanks so much for watching and see you on my next one. Peace.